Yeah, I've been hustling, still focus, slow motion. And that's the type of time that we own.
What it do, y'all? Welcome back to Talk Big Teeth Podcast. It's your girl, Lady Deezy, here with my main host. You know I'm talking about Earl P.
Yeah, it's the all things Kaizen. You already know what it is.
For sure. And we got our special guest of the evening, DJ CHEERIO.
Very much. Building in the building. What up, y'all?
Let's do. How you feeling, CHEERIO?
I'm good. I appreciate y'all having me here, for real.
Damn it, right.
Sure. We appreciate you coming in. Earl, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You see, I'm drinking.
I got the drink in this cup.
Turn up.
Kurt Cobain.
It's only right. But yeah, so I'm excited to have you here. You know what I'm saying? We kind of go back a little bit.
Baby.
Yeah. Shout out Baby U High School, man. Red Cats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so, you know, you are a man of many ventures. So, what I like to call a serial entrepreneur. You have multiple businesses, you know what I'm saying? So, coming into it, why don't you just tell us, for the people that don't know, a little bit, you know, about your businesses, what you got your hands in right now, or...
Okay, I'm going to start off with the DJ part, because that started in 2007. And I actually started in Atlanta.
Okay.
I went down there, moved down there thinking, because I used to go, I started on a bike scene with the number one Stunnas. And I had so much fun in Atlanta. I was like, man, I'm finna move down here.
Shout out to number one Stunnas.
Yeah.
Right.
When I moved down there, I just was like, man, I can make it here. You know, Atlanta give you that feel, that push. So I used to always play records and, you know, like at our little Stunner clubhouse, and a lot of people was like, man, you can DJ. And I was like, yeah, right. I'm just, you know, and they just steady gassed me up. And I'm like, man, I think I can really do this, you know, because people partying and doing everything. So let me say, maybe I stayed down there maybe a good 7 months and went back home, and I was like, man, I want to start over at home. So, you know, that's where I'm most loved. Everybody know me, so started there. So the DJing started around like 2008 home.
Okay.
And then 2018, I ended up getting Julian's, which is my hall. The DJing started so well. It actually started. No, I ain't gonna say it started well. I really had to take the stairs because a lot of people couldn't. They only seen a biker me. They didn't see me as a DJ. So by that time, I wouldn't say. I think I was on the south side. I forgot the name of it. I don't know. Can y'all remember Babalu's? I think that was the first place. It was a Mexican joint.
Sound familiar.
It was a Mexican joint I started at, and I got it rocking. I made a little name there, and then I said, man, I want to get into like a bar, like on the north side where people, you know, went from the north side, and then all of a sudden there was a bar on 35th and Villard. I started in, and they just, man, it went from there, and then next thing you know,
so that was your first spot.
Yeah, Babalu's, yep. And then 35th and Villard, it was called Club Express, right across the street from Tony's. Man, I stayed there for a couple years, but I was like, man, I want to get to a club. I used to always go to Taco Tuesday at Questions. I was like, man, I'd kill myself to be there.
Yeah.
And then, man, I did a biker party at Questions, and the owner was like, man, you can DJ. What you doing on Friday? I'm like, you want me here on Friday? Man, so it went from there.
Not to mention you brought in the crowd too.
Yeah, man. And then I went to. Then it was one more place I was fighting for, and that was Onyx. I was like, man, if I could get into Onyx and 618 and Questions, them three, man, I blinked and it happened. After that, man, it just skyrocketed. I just kept going everywhere. It wasn't about the money. It was about building a name. And, man, 2018, I made enough money from DJing that I opened up my own spot called Julian's. So, Julian's Hall. And from there, just, man, went from, I was like, man, I want a party bus now. Did the party bus. Man, I want a food truck. Did the food truck. Man, I want to do this. Man, I want a boat. I want to do that. And it just, man, everything
Boat
just domino
too?
effect.
Yeah, some of everything.
You rock climbing too?
Man,
Hiking and shit? You want shit like that too?
yeah. So that's how all of the businesses started, and but DJing is what started it for real. That's where
Right.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell a lot of DJs, they come in for the money. Don't come in for the money. I used to make $30 a night. $30. That was gas money to get me back home. But
For the love of it.
it was just the love. I had to climb. I looked up to the Homer Blows and the Tony Neals and
That
the Reggie
part.
Browns, and
That part. Shout out them men.
if I wanted to be great, I had to. That's what I had to fight for. I had to build my name, and the rest
You
is
here
history.
now. Yeah,
Rest is
you
history.
here now.
Yeah.
Salute to that, because that
That
makes
was-
perfect sense. You got to start somewhere, man, and I think it's definitely starting on the right foot to come out the gate doing it for the passion or for the interest.
Right.
You turn something you love into an income versus the other way
Exactly.
around. So, man, I got to salute you on that. I didn't even know you had a food truck, but I remember you doing like little dinners or something on Sundays
I
or
was
something.
doing soul food. I was just trying a lot of stuff. It's like I tell people, life is short and you only live once. Anything that you really, really, really want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
So many people can only tell you no so many times before you're gonna get a yes. So
Right? That's true.
That's a good motto. That's a great motto.
Yeah.
No bullshit. I said, so you when you said that was your first spot until you got to Julian's, I really wanted to compliment you on the decor. The decor, the all white, you understand me? That shit is lean to me. Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I rocks with it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's a lean. What made you put that together?
the core DJs.
No, not the core DJs. I'm talking about the decor for Julian's, the spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
I
spot.
thought you said core.
Oh, yeah, we gonna get there.
Okay,
we gonna get there.
So I'm a break this all the way down. I remember I was DJing at the Life Bar. I DJed there for many years, and I always used to. I'm not gonna say I was pocket watching, but I was like, man, they killing at the door, man. I wish I had my own spot, man. If I had my own spot, I'd call it, man, like Julian or something, Julian Bar or something, and I didn't know that was gonna happen for real. I just, when I came up, I remember taking so many trips, and I was like, man, what am I gonna do? Just keep on traveling? I gotta make my money show somewhere. Gotta do something. You just can't take trips forever. So I was like, what should I do? I want to come up with some kind of idea that never will die. It wasn't a bar, wasn't a club. I slept on it, and it was like a hall.
Yeah.
A person always gonna have a baby shower. The baby's gonna always be made. Somebody always gonna get married. Somebody always gotta die. So it's gonna be a repass. God forbid. It's a birthday every day. So, cha-ching, a banquet hall.
Banquet hall, yeah.
So that's how that happened.
And that's why you set the decor up like that.
Yep. Man, when I say I spent my
Is this
last
all
dollar,
purpose?
I spent my last dollar. I saved up, and I started driving through the city looking for vacant buildings, empty buildings, and I don't know, God told me to take North Avenue. For some reason, I took North Avenue, and I seen a sign that
I
said
think
for
it's
rent.
prime real estate.
Yeah.
I think it's prime real estate.
Yep. So I ended up calling that number, and the guy told me, he said, I got a lot of offers. It's supposed to be a church. He said, but honest to God, not even saying that because I'm on this podcast, he looked at me and he was like, this belonged to you. He said, this belongs to you. And I just was like, if it do, I ain't got the money for it.
Let me pivot. Look, let me pivot. It seems like that the genuine person that you are, that a lot of times that happens to you a lot.
Yeah.
Is that right? I could be, you know what I mean?
Things happen that I can't even explain, that I'll be shocked myself. I had to look back at pictures, even meeting these celebrities, shaking hands with Obama, and I'm like, that really happened.
Yeah.
Man.
But I'm here to tell you, I put this out there I know what my purpose was on this earth, and my purpose was to inspire people. Because I look at other people.
We talk back.
I look at people, and I be like, dang, why didn't that happen to them? Like, it's so easy. It just, I mean, all you got to do is just book the flight and just go. But some people be like, man, I lived through you, and I'm like, but you ain't got to.
You
like,
got
you
to.
can,
Yeah, you got
can
your own journey, baby.
The same pair of $200 jeans is a $200 round trip to New York.
Talk
it's
that.
just
Right. See the world, see something different.
how you choose to do with your money, like, you know.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the same bottle that you pop at this club or the section. That's a flight to Hawaii with the hotel. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what you do with your money.
Right.
Straight up.
Depends on where you put it at.
You touched a little bit. I'm sorry, DZ.
No, go ahead.
You touched a little bit on traveling, and that was in my intro as far as like being multicultural. What prompted you to travel so much, or like how did you get that? You know,
okay,
how did that start?
When I was little, I ain't going no diss to my mama. Hope she ain't watching. But
that's where I wanted you to go.
When I looked on TV, like
I love her too.
Those were dreams.
We jammed.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
Those was dreams, wishes. Like, I always wanted to see New York and California, which today those are my favorite places to visit. You know, I used to see all those people walk in Times Square lit up, and I'm like, oh my God, like I want to see that in real life. You know, but my mama like, take your ass outside. That's your New York right there. Like, yo, you ain't going nowhere. Like, sit your ass down somewhere. So, but I had big visions to go places and see stuff. You know, but as I got older, I remember my first flight ever was Vegas All-Star Weekend, and I saved up my money, and I said, I'm gonna get on a plane. When I got on that plane, and I actually was gonna drive to Vegas because I was scared of flights. I was like, you know, I was scared, but they said that was like a 30-hour drive or like a 4-hour drive on the.
It seemed like you got over there real fast.
Yes, real fast. And man, so when I remember being young, we used to drive to New Orleans, and it was like 19 hours. On a plane, it's only like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe that airplanes would get you there so fast. So I'm like, I remember going places. I go here, and I remember taking a map, and I crossed off a couple places that I've been, and I was like, damn, what if I did all 50?
See, I was gonna bring that up too.
So that's what it was, huh?
Have you did all 50 yet then?
I completed all 50 before I turned 30.
That's what's up, man. That's how you travel right there.
And I've been to.
You
like
ain't number
states.
32, nigga.
38. But no, you know what? I've been to. I stopped counting the states because like I kept going. Like honestly, like I've been to Vegas over 20 times.
Right.
Like I've been to California. I don't know how many times. New York. So many. You know, like so. I marked it off, and I remember after I turned 30, I was like, man. I keep going back and forth to these same states. I'm kind of, it's like, damn, build some new states because I'm tired of going to the states.
Build some new states.
You know,
that's weird.
And I looked on the continents, and I seen Europe.
Yeah, buddy.
I seen Europe, and I was like, damn, could I do that? Like so I got my passport, and I went to Europe. And I went to Paris, and I took a train to London, and I was like,
I heard it was dirty there.
Paris it's overrated. It's overrated. I like London a little bit better.
Hold on, you know this going public.
Man, man, listen.
You know what I mean?
Besides that
all the
Eiffel
cops
Tower,
and shit, you might have to worry.
Besides the Eiffel Tower,
when you go back.
I mean, hey, it's straight, but you know, I want everybody to visit. But no, I like London a little bit better. So what ended up happening is, once I did that, I was like, damn, it's only 7 continents. If I could do all 50 states, I could do all 7 continents. So the next one was Australia. And I said, God, man, that's a 19-hour flight.
Never been. You been, DZ?
No, I actually ain't never been out the country.
I did it.
I ain't been internationally.
I took that flight. I just took that flight to Australia. Then after that, I'm like, oh man, what's that, Africa? So I went to Africa, stayed there. I ended up.
I heard you gave waters out and shit.
Man,
I heard you was on that.
I got a whole
philanthropist.
I got a whole family in Africa, like a real life whole family. I talked to them.
You did the DNA shit, the what they got, ancestry. You did that?
No. We met. Actually, me and Kelly Kells. We met them at the airport.
Oh, shout out to Kelly Kells. She gotta chill. Don't be bringing up no celebrities and shit like that up in here.
So yeah, man, I did that, and then what was left? It was Brazil. I always wanted to go to Rio de Janeiro. So I ended up going by myself. I just was like, man, and that was one of the hardest places to go to because they looked at me as a real life. At least in London, they understood my language, but down there, it took me like 3 hours just to rent a car because they didn't know what the fuck I was saying.
Whoa.
Like nothing. Like
you didn't have the app, the translation app.
No power, no nothing. It was horrible. It was horrible in the beginning, but then all of a sudden, you know, I just got used to it.
You started, yeah.
And the last place that I just went to was Tokyo. I always wanted to go to Tokyo, so I did that. Now the last place is
I'm jealous as a motherfucker over here.
And I got the pictures to prove it. So you know, nobody can. And I post everything. I know a lot of people on my Facebook, they may look like, oh, this nigga bragging. No, I'm not. Like I
just sharing the experience.
Yeah, if I didn't say this, if I had this podcast and I didn't have the pictures to show y'all be like, this nigga lying. Right. My Facebook, hundreds and thousands of people seen it. So
and it wasn't even for it. I'm sure that it wasn't even for it. Like you said, this was my own personal goal, my own personal endeavors that I'm seeking out for my life journey, my life expectancy.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Of course you're gonna take a flick, you know what I'm saying, take a flick and or a video, et cetera, et cetera. It just so happened, I'm on social media too. Hey,
this is my digital, you know what I'm saying, memory book, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Digital photo album, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Same different.
Yeah.
Now speaking of that, I wanna rewind back. Cause you used to come to school with those pictures, and I'm like,
so
man,
this go way that far back, DZ?
Yeah, back in high school, man, he'd come and like maybe every other week or something, he got a photo. He in the radio station hanging out with celebs, shaking up, hugged up, throwing up the peace sign, cheese, and I'm like,
what's going on in high school?
Yeah, okay, so how you get into that? Cause I mean, you have family radio station.
So I'm not gonna lie, like. That was like major to me because like I'm gonna say this, like when the first celebrity I ever met was at Capitol Court, and that was Too Short.
Oh,
and
okay.
I never forget that he did an in-store, and by that time I just was like, damn, like that's dope to meet people that you listen to on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I just kept running into people. Like it was just like perfect timing. But once I got to high school. You know, shout out to Reggie Brown. Reggie Brown, he got that spark to make me go. Like I used to see all his pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, and I remember. Ludacris is always that's my favorite rapper forever.
Man,
like,
I love Luda.
Yeah, so
shout out Luda.
Yeah, so
he was just here a couple days ago.
With Steve the Stunnas. Shout out Steve the Stunnas.
That part.
So I remember, man, I asked him. I was 15 years old. Ludacris was on top, and I said, man, I want to meet Ludacris so bad, man. Reggie, help me. I want to, I'm a kid. I'm steady. He he let me come to the radio station, meet Ludacris, And from there, I'm like, man, I should start taking pictures with all these people that I'm bumping into, And that was like my first picture, and I took that picture to school, and it went crazy. They at that time, move, bitch, get out the way.
Yes.
Throw them bowls, and everybody Ludacris crazy. So
you got hit by that bug too.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, y'all that excited over that? Wait till y'all see Nelly next week. You know what I mean? And it just kept, and I'm like, I'm taking pictures, and here's Ja Rule, now here's Busta Rhymes, now here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just became like a habit. And I said, if I didn't take no picture, somebody that don't know me, they'd be like, man, this nigga lying. He ain't that no. But then I show them the picture, they like, damn, that is T.I. You know what I mean? So that's why I just started taking the pictures, and then like the book just started getting bigger, and next thing you know, shit, I'm showing everybody, and they like, damn, you with Nelly and T.I. and Ludacris and
all of them, man. You had so many celebs, and you know, by the way, back then we didn't have all these gadgets. The cameras wasn't as advanced as they is now, so he had literal Polaroids.
right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
had to go to Walgreens for real and wait for them to develop and
all that.
for real. So this go way
Man.
back, I promise you. And now, you know, it just now it became like it's nothing to me. Like I'm, you know, even she was with me when the other day I'm DJing Cedric the Entertainer birthday party, and you know his 60th birthday party in Vegas, and you know Anthony Anderson coming up, DL Hughley coming up. We just it's just normal.
I'm a
now.
big fan of DL.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's major.
Yep, it's just normal now. It's like before it was like super exciting. Like I don't know, I probably don't even get starstruck no more because I'm so no difference than me and you, and you know,
Right,
you know,
just regular people, you know, at the end of the day.
Exactly.
They just in the spotlight, you know. And that was going to bring me to my next question. So who would you say was like the most chill, or, you know what I'm saying, like most down-to-earth artist? You wouldn't even think that they'd just sit here and hold this conversation with you, you know what I mean?
You know what? I would have to get that to DJ Quick.
I'm playing. Go ahead.
Shout out Will. Talk Big T. We talk back.
Talk back, baby.
Nah, it would have to be DJ Quick, and the reason why I said him, like, I was so excited. Like, I love all old school hip hop artists. Like, I love because that's my favorite music. I remember walking into the room, and somebody was like, "Hey, this is DJ CHEERIO," and I'm like, "Damn, this DJ Quick." Like, he like, "Hey, what's up, DJ CHEERIO? Hey, man, listen, so I got this Serato program, some, and then I just bought this Rain4 and this, and I'm like, he ain't even give me a chance to say like, man, I'm a fan, like I'm happy to, you know, meet you." And he was like, you know, and I'm like, I stopped him, I'm like, whoa, I'm like, you a cool motherfucker, like, you know,
bro,
just,
you know who the fuck you
know,
is.
like, yeah. And then, you know, we had a talk.
Shout
and he
out
was
DJ
like,
Quick.
and we had a talk, and he was like, man, people don't understand. At the end of the day, that first name is what I really am. I'm really a DJ, so I get excited when I see other DJs. So I'm like, damn,
That's what's up.
you know, and
Dog
you know,
still learning. Now he's still learning.
Man.
so like that just
And
that
wanting to
just
share the information too.
Man.
That's dope. That's dope.
ASAP. Like, you know, he did a drop for me, and he's like, man, anything you need, man, you know. And I was like, shit, I need my mom wanted to be here. He was like, man, call your mom. He was like, man, he was like, people don't understand. You know, I was a DJ before anything. He said, I just started rapping, I learned and got good at it. And I'm like, damn, man, but you a go. Like, you know what I mean? You DJ Quick. You know, so he was probably the most cool, laid back person that I walked into.
Wow.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Wow.